What's up, guys? This is Emily with Snark & Spark, and we're back with another video. And today I have my very special guest with me yet again, my wonderful son. Say hey, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Pretty sure the last time I had him on here was for a monthly, but I'm also pretty sure the last time I did a monthly was like February, because
maybe March, I think.
I don't know. It has been a while. It has been a long while since I've made a homework video or since I've made a monthly video. Things have been real crazy here in our house. Please stop. That's gross. Just eat your snack. It's been crazy. It's been crazy. We've been really busy. You've started soccer. We've been doing that like twice a week between practice and having games on the weekends. We had a friend come in from out of state to help us do a bunch of home improvement projects. They completely have redone some of the spacing in our office area. I have shelves now. There are shelves with things up above my head, and I actually have a desk space to work on, so I'm not as cramped into one little area, which is so nice. We have a pergola in our backyard. Things happen. So we've just been really busy, and I honestly did not dedicate a lot of stitching the last couple months. And I know that, like, March and April for me, just, I don't know where I was. I feel like I was kind of in a fog.
And I was gone for 2 days.
Things were just up in the air, and I definitely, and I said it before, but like, I fell off using my planners, all of my planners, and when I don't use my planners, I'm just everywhere. Like, oh my gosh. They keep me focused, but if I don't use them, obviously they don't keep me focused. So I have to use them, which reminds me, I need to find my May calendar for my Silk and Sonder planner. I need to find that. I know I got it. I'm just not sure where I put it.
I could try finding it if you want.
Sure, bud. You can take a look for it. But let's talk about monthly events and what is happening where. So, dun 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 dun. We'll kind of start off easy peasy lemon squeezy. School of Magical Stitches. It is a closed group, but the extra credit has been announced for the month of May. So again, we have 3 monsters that we're fighting every month. We have a beginning monster that is worth 500 stitches. We have an intermediate monster that is worth 1,000 stitches. And then we have an advanced monster that is worth 1,500 stitches. If you defeat those, you earn different types of weapons that the admin, the camp counselors, will then throw at the other teams. If you complete a whole set, you also earn healing, like some ambrosia, a healing nectar for our teams. That way we can heal damage that we've been dealt. The enemies this far, for this month I should say, we have a Sphinx, that is the beginner. The intermediate is, I have no idea how to say this, but we're going to try. Impausai. I probably should have looked it up, but then we have Orthus, who is the advanced monster. We have also been given the books for May. The required reading is the 4th book of the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, the Labyrinth. See, this is where I dropped off when I read them originally in middle school, high school. I think I definitely remember reading the 3rd one. There were elements of it that I was like, oh, I remember this. But then there were elements where I'm like, I don't remember this. So I know I didn't make it past the 3rd book. What is the 4th one called? Let's take a look. Since we're in it. Oh wait, current. That's stitching. We want reading because I want to give it the same. Percy Jackson, The Battle of the Labyrinth. My bad, Battle of the Labyrinth. Then the other genres we have to choose from, we have fantasy, we have biography or autobiography, nonfiction, and then the setting has to be international. So I pretty much already have everything I want to read laid out in there, and as I read them each week, I will show them off. But I have the 2nd book in the Thrones and Bones series called Nightborn by Lou Anders. I read the 1st one in April, and it was fantastic. So now I'm going to read the second one, and that is definitely high fantasy, takes place in like one of like the multiverses on an alternate place that's not Earth, but is also set in the like Norse mythology times. There's dragons and stuff. It's cool. Biography, I was actually gifted for my birthday from my husband, both of the Obama memoirs, the one by Michelle and Barack, and I'm going to read one of those this month since it's sitting on my bookshelf in there. For nonfiction, I have multiple actually that I just checked out from the library, but the one I am most looking forward to reading is about psychopaths and how their brains work and like what we can learn from the way psychopaths' brains work. I will give you more specifics on that when I'm reading it. And for international setting, you guys know you've been kind of hanging out with me. I've gotten really into Philippa Gregory's novels. She is well known for writing amazing historical fiction, set place during like Tudor England and like the 1450s and on, and all the reigns of the Henrys and the Richards of York and the Battle of the Throne and the bloodlines between the Lancasters and the Yorks. And so she's taken lives of these different queens and individuals that were alive in this period, and then has written fiction around their lives. But it's very good. It's really well written. Historical fiction is not only my thing. I get really bogged down in like details and that kind of stuff, but our dogs. But this story is interesting, and she writes it in such a way that it's surprisingly not complicated or confusing when you have everyone is named Richard or Henry, and every female is Margaret or Elizabeth, but she's written it in such a way that it's easy to follow and make sense. Plus, I'm also listening to them as audiobooks, which I definitely also think helps a lot when you are listening to stuff that is detail rich. Having someone else read it to you instead of trying to instead of have someone trying to like read it in yourself. Yeah. Anyways, so there's that. That's Magical Stitches monthly. If we move on to Semi-Sane, we've got a lot of stuff happening over in Semi-Sane, which is fantastic. I love when there's a lot of events happening because then there's something for everyone.
Mommy.
So, one moment. Okay, he had a question about books, so we paused and had that conversation, so you guys didn't have to hear us discussing what the different types of literature there are. But that's okay. So, moving on to Semi-Sane. Semi-Sane. The code word for Semi-Sane this month is, I think it's Frankenstein.
Frankenstein? What?
I think it's Frankenstein. I don't know. I'm in the wrong area. Can you go see what they're chewing on, please?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't sound like a toy. It sounds like he's got a hold of something he shouldn't have. So we have the May finishes. I don't know what the May word is. I'm pretty sure it's recent posts. Gosh, let's see. Oh, that's what a good sound. There it is. It is. So the password to join Semi-Sane for the month of May is Frankenstein. So if you're not in Semi-Sane but you're thinking about joining, pop in. You fill up that question. You say that Snark and Spark, Emily from Snark and Spark on YouTube sent you, and the password is Frankenstein. Anyways, now that I've wasted all of your time by singing to myself and trying to find the password, we've got the May Focus Challenge, just like we have every other month, where you pick a whip, post your starting with the code word, and then for every 1,000 stitches you put on it, you post an updated photo with the same code word, so on and so forth. Try and outstitch the admin. The password is Triglav. I don't know, but that's what it is. So, So you just try and put as many 1,000 stitch increments as you can on your focus piece, which is nice because if you pick a piece that you're really trying to focus on getting done this year, it's a great way to get work done, plus also you earn bonuses for using the same project multiple months in a row, blah, 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 blah. So I need to post mine in there. I have not done that yet. Then we also have, I'll get to the games in a second. So we also have Ancient History that is happening for the month, and I believe it's non-counting. I think it's non-counting.
Yeah.
This is just a month-long event where we are supposed to work on our oldest WIP, or a WIP that has something to do with a WIP that has something historical in it. So this is just a general prompt. This is really nice. I have my oldest WIP here next to me. I am so close to finishing it. So I haven't really started on any homework prompts yet for any group. I've been kind of focusing on finishing off this oldest WIP of mine so that I can finally be done with it, and I'm just using those stitches for monthly things right now. Like I've put in 400 stitches over the weekend since we didn't have any weekend homework going on in magical stitches. So I'll have 500, which means I will have a Sphinx defeated here soon, and I can also double dip these stitches for other things. I will post this in the Ancient History because it is my oldest WIP, and then I'm done. When I finish it, I'm done with it, which is great. We have another round of the scavenger hunt that's going. Not doing that. We had earlier in the month we had the FFO extravaganza where for like a 24-hour period or so you pulled out all of those things, all those things in my bin, my drawer of shame that need to be finished, like actually FFO'd. But I'd have pulled those out and actually done something with them. I did not participate. We have WIP days, which is always they pick a few holidays, random holidays throughout the month, and you just stitch on something that fits. So we have that May 3rd, which is today, hello, National Paranormal Day. Work on a Halloween WIP or a WIP with a ghost or something spooky. I think we should watch something spooky today.
Like Ghostbusters.
Like Ghostbusters. May 4th, we all know that what it is. Tomorrow is May 4th, and that is Star Wars Day.
Star Wars Day!
May the 4th be with you. And work on a Star Wars WIP. If I was still working on the Stormtrooper, that's what I would work on, but it has been long finished.
Yeah.
May 20th is National Rescue Dog Day. We have 2, technically 1, because 1 we got from owners, but we rescued Kennedy. Kennedy is technically a rescue. So work on a WIP with a dog in it. I'm going to mess it up, long dog samplers. Did not say it wrong this time. There's always a dog hidden in those. And then the last one for May is May 23rd, which is
Turtle Day.
World Turtle Day. Work on a WIP with a turtle in it. I don't have anything with turtle. Excuse me. Then, let's get to the game. So I am trying to do both of the games, which means I actually need to update my posts in both of them. So I'm going to start with Needleworker Sweep first. Because Needleworker Sweep is essentially you set the challenge yourself. So the whole concept is you pick a WIP that you have been eyeing and you're going to kit it out for yourself. So for example, I picked the pattern Peacock Biscornu by Fabi Riley. So you list the pattern, how much the pattern costs, and you convert that directly into stitches. So I will use my prompt as an example because I have it right here. So I looked it up. The pattern online at 123stitch.com was $11.28, which I rounded up as 1,130 stitches. See? I went ahead and put my fabric in there. I bought 2 pieces of 28 count casual linen by Zweigart in size 9x13 at $4.14 each, which is a total of $8.28, or I rounded up to 830 stitches. Basically, you go through every single item that you would purchase to kit this up for yourself, write out its dollar amount, and then convert the dollar amount into stitches. So I did the pattern, how much I bought the pattern would be, what I actually did pay for fabric. Because the thing is, I am actually going to make this, which is the best part. I did the floss. I had 15 skeins of floss at 60 cents each, which totaled $9 or 900 stitches. 1 pack of Mill Hill beads, $1.53 or 100. I rounded down 150 stitches. because I qualify this. I actually don't know if it's legal to do this. I should probably check, but I qualified it in my head as I rounded up a couple of those. So I think it was okay that I rounded down one, because I'm not actually going to lose any of those stitches since I did round up in different ways. It also called for a pack of sequins that I can't find anywhere except for in the UK. And so in the UK, they're one price, which is not my currency, and so I ran that through a converter and then used my what it would be for me, not including shipping. And I'm not actually going to be using the sequins in this pattern because I'm not going to pay the overseas shipping for $1.75 pack of beads sequins. Yeah, that just seems silly to me. Anyways, and then a button for, you know, top and bottom, which was one pack of buttons for $1.80. I don't actually know if I'm going to use buttons in real life either. It's in my cart, but I don't know if I'm actually going to purchase them. We'll find out. Anyways, took all of those stitches, add them up for a grand total of 3,365 stitches. So what that means is I'm trying to like stitch my kit using my whips. You do not have to use one whip for the entire thing. You may rotate whips out once you have completed a section. Meaning, if you're like, if I chose, I'm going to work on this and I'm going to use this whip for the DMC, I would have to do all of the DMC, all of the 900 stitches, not, oh, I did the like 7 skeins of DMC. Nope. All the 900 stitches that I owe, and then I could move on to a different project. So I just posted mine today and updated it. I have not started working on that with what projects I want to use because I have such large stitch counts in some areas that since I'm so close to finishing this kind of thing, I want to like finish it and then I'll just like pick a fresh start for everything else. Anyways, so that's that. I really like that idea because it's all based off you. Like it's not a, this is what you're doing, figure it out. It was you pick your project, you list everything up. They're going to double check all of us on 1, 2, 3 stitch. But I'm excited because, yeah, and I was like, you know what, this is actually a project that I am currently kitting up because it is something that I want to make for a coworker whose name happens to, last name happens to be Peacock. So, and I think she'll love it. She's going to have it in her office. Anyways, so I'm just waiting for my fabric and my beads to arrive, and then I will start working on that actually because I have everything else. Anyways, the next one is Letters of Fortune. I think this one I'm the most excited about, and this one I actually definitely do need to update because I'm ready to make my next guess. I'm ready for my next guess. So it's kind of like Wheel of Fortune meets Hangman, and I'm really excited about this. Basically, you say, I want to play, and they give us a phrase like they do in Wheel of Fortune, and then you are guessing letters. Only instead of buying letters or, you know, paint, whatever, or spinning a wheel for them, you're just saying, I'd like to use this letter, but each letter is worth a different stitch amount. So vowels are worth 200 stitches. Really common letters are worth 150 stitches. Other letters, it's like less common letters are 250 stitches, and then even less common letters are worth 300 stitches. So you're not, their whole thing was like, you're not going to break the bank trying to stitch all those popular letters that show up multiple times. Because if you say, I'm guessing an S, and they go, ah, yes, there's 2 S's in your thing, that's 300 stitches alone. Like, you have to stitch for each letter, not just you guessed S. Nope, you have X number of S's, you stitch the value. You can, if you get a letter wrong, you have to do 100 stitches penalty. Unfortunately for me, I believe my first guess was an S, and there are no S's in my phrase, and so I owed 100 stitches, which I put into my piece last night and just did not update, but I am ready to make my next guess, which is exciting. So yes, if it's not there, you do 100 stitches penalty, and then it kind of resets you. So you earn an entry for every Every time you get 2 letters correct in a row, you earn 1 entry. So I'm at 0 because I've guessed no letters correctly. But if I had guessed 1 letter correctly and then 1 wrong, I don't earn an entry. I have to get 2 correct in a row.
Yeah.
And then you can play basically as long as you want. It lasts the entire month. Do you lose? Oh, if you bankrupt, also if you bankrupt, you lose all of your entries. Yikes. But, that's it. I'm excited. I don't really care about the entries thing. I just care about the game. I like that it's a game. I like that I use stitching to like earn essentially points in the game, which is cool. That's pretty much everything in Semi-Sane that I wanted to talk about. And then Daily 30. Where are we? We have a lot going on. Daily 30. Events. So we had a pop-up event. Not really doing the pop-up event. I am doing the zombie run. I am really happy that I get to do a new piece. I had mentioned I had finished, hi Kennedy, I finished my Praising with Strings piece, and so then I got to swap in a new one. So the one I am swapping in is called Noxious Crocodile, and I'm not going to say too much on that because I am a test stitcher for it, but as it gets going, I'll have more information. But the May monthly is Chitty Chitty Bang Bang themed. So we're doing all of that, and each one is 300 stitches. So we've got Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. We're supposed to be stitching on a whip of our choice and tell us about a piece that you stitched for someone else. Stitch on you want, but tell about one you've stitched for someone else. Cool. Number 2, for the bonus, we're stitching on a whip that closely resembles another piece you have either finished or currently working on. So things that are very similar together. Number 3, stitch on your oldest whip. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, that's this one. 4, there were reportedly, blah, 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 blah. Put stitches into a piece of your choice and tell us whether or not you can drive a manual clutch. Include a story if you like. Again, that one's great. Whatever you want, tell us a story. A specific story. Put stitches into a whip that you can tie into either trilogy. So you either need to work on something that is related to the Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit trilogies. And then explain. So we need number 6, put stitches into a whip that has at least 2 of the letters or numbers in your own license plate in the design. Be sure and tell us which letters or numbers you are matching to the prompt. If you do not own a car, stitch on a whip with at least 2 of the letters or numbers in GEN11, which is the license plate number of the car, or in the book of the car. And the number 1s were spelled as eyes, which is like genie, whatever. 7. We need to put stitches into a whip using 1 or more of these shades of colors: purple, green, and white. If you use more than one color, post stitch counts for each that add up to 300. 8. The musical number in the film, took 3 weeks to film, and it took 38 dancers, 40 singers, 85 musicians, and 100 dogs. 3 plus 38 plus 40 plus 85 plus 100 equals 266. So put exactly 266 stitches into a sweet whip of your choice. I don't know if that's a play on words, if we're actually supposed to work on something that has sweets in it, or if it's just work on whatever you want. Number 9, stitch on a creepy whip of your choice. So that's pull out your Halloween stuff, pull out your scary stuff. Number 10, stitch on a whip that has an item or scene you may find in or around a castle in the design. Well, I actually have a piece with a castle, so I think that counts. Bonus prompt, stitch on a WIP of your choice and snap a photo of your chosen WIP with your favorite scene from the movie visible in the picture. 500 stitches or 5 hours? What?
10 tokens.
Wow, that's a lot. But that would be like you could watch the movie and stitch, and just make sure you put the correct amount of stitches in it. Anyways, that's pretty much it. The only other thing I want to go over is WIPGO, and I just want to talk about the prompts real quick. I don't want this video to be long, which is why I feel like I've also talked really fast. I am so sorry. You are so silly. Okay, so for May is 22 and 19. 22 and 19. I don't know what mine are. Let me see.
2,219.
I didn't even like circle March on these. That's awful. Okay, so okay. I feel like my stitching one has just kind of like gone out the window. Like I'm not following along with that one. Okay, yeah, I didn't even mark the April one. So the ones in April was, no, I did. See, I marked it on here. Ooh, I don't think I did any of these. Finish a book in 5 days or 4 books in a month. Actually, I did do 4 books in a month. I read 5 books in April. I have to double check. I might have actually been able to finish. I think I might have finished a book in 5 days. I think I read The Mist in 5 days, but I will double check. I decided since my reading was kind of sporadic that I'm going to interpret that as it took 5 days of reading, not necessarily 5 consecutive days, because I'm not going to be that hard on myself. I want to be gentle. But for May, we did 22. Ooh, okay. My 22 is 4+ hours on one book. So this is the one where I need a book that's kind of nice and thick and chunky that is going to take me a little bit longer to read. I put that on there because I know how I get sometimes where I want to read, but it's more about getting like my book numbers up instead of actually reading. And so I pick these like really short books, and that's not like fair to myself. So I'm like, no, you're going to pick a book that you own that you need to read. And then 19. Oh wait, 5, 10, 15. Oh, sorry. 22, I was in the wrong column. That is not what it is. 22 is actually 16 hours of reading in a month, and 19 is 10 hours of reading in a month. For 26 hours this month, I gotta get reading. I have been listening to audiobooks already. I started The Red Queen this morning at work. That is the 3rd book of it's Plantagenet, I learned. I started that this morning, and I am still working on reading the 3rd Percy Jackson book. I did not finish it last month, and so I am working on finishing that now, and then I will get started on all the other things. But you know what? I think we're going to leave it there. Someone's getting a little fidgety, and it's not me. And the dogs also need some attention, so we're going to wrap things up. But we are going to show our whips real quick. Keaton has been working on a project that he wants to show off as well while he's doing that. So this is where I am on Book Lover's bookshelf. I am so close. So hopefully the next time you see this, I'll be done with it, because all I have left is this sign here, and I only have 2 rows of yellow left to make. I have some back stitching in the words. I have to do the black on the clock, the black like pin clip, and like just like the legs of like the easel that this is on. I'm almost done. That's why I'm really hoping I'm pretty sure, but I'm hoping I have like at least another 100 stitches in this piece, so that way I can get to that even 500 and wrap it out. But hopefully, when you see this again, I will be able to tell you that my oldest whip is finished. All right, bub, show them your piece.
I'll make my own bracelet.
Would you like me to hold it up and you tell them? All right.
So I'm working on my own bracelet that I can put on myself, and it's gonna say, "Love you, Mom and Dad."
So he is designing his own pattern based off of, he has a children's cross-stitch book that has different patterns in it that are easier for children to learn. And you can't show the patterns in there though. And it also has different alphabets in it. And so he is working out of there to create his own sampler. There's this random string here because obviously he has a band of fabric that he's using that was an offcut from one of mine. And it was too much for him to hold in his key snap, and so I just kind of tied it around. But he wanted this offcut, and he asked if he could have it so that he could make himself a bracelet. So,
or a headband.
Or a headband. And I am just letting him stitch away on it because it's his piece, and he's picked a lot of different colors, and we're just excited to see what he does with it. He has a lot of colors. But it's coming along great. But that's going to wrap it up for us. So we're going to say see you later.
See you later, guys. I'm going to go play with my clothes.
I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for being here, for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, just everything that you guys do for me. I truly appreciate it. I will be back soon because I do want to give you guys homework videos. I know I went through this really fast, but it feels good. It feels good to be back. I haven't done a monthly in a long time, and I wanted to, and so here we are. But I will talk to you guys soon. In the meantime, take care of yourself. Happy stitching, happy reading, happy listening, happy watching, happy doing whatever it is that makes you happy doing.
And be easy with your hearts.
Be easy with your hearts.
Bye!